The Prime Minister appointed his friend Dominic Barton as the Canadian ambassador to China. Barton was the head of a large consultancy. Last week, a number of MPs asked the company for its China contacts, who it does business for in China. Barton said, well, that's not your business. Chris Alexander is a former ambassador for Canada and a member of Parliament. He joins me right now because to tell MPs whether you have a conflict or not as an ambassador to such an important place as China, to my mind, was an affront and it may be illegal. What's your view, Chris?
I think MPs should be able to follow the evidence wherever it leads and get answers to questions like that. They also need to know that someone who promoted business in China is now shifting gears and defending Canada's interest there. We have 2 Canadians on trial this week. Yes. I was extremely disappointed to see our charge d'affaires, a friend of mine, an excellent diplomat, but the number 2 in the embassy.
Right, he was the one at the trial.
On the street with 24 other representatives of our friends and allies around the world, while the ambassador was somewhere else. That's not leadership. That's not strength on the part of Canada. We should be shifting gears and being more forceful.
So, I mean, we have this friend of the Prime Minister who was traveling back, I understand, to Canada, so he's going to be quarantined here, quarantined there. If someone suspects that somebody is doing more on business than on the government side, what recourse do MPs have? What does Parliament have to do about this? If, in fact, he can settle the MPs, forget it.
Well, it's a minority parliament. In committee, the opposition has a lot of options open to raise the stakes. Right. But more importantly, we're going to face an election. And I think the best way to hold our China policy to account is to hold the top guy to account. And this is going to be one of the big issues because Canada is out of line in our policy on China.
How?
The United States, under both the previous administration and now Biden, is tightening the screws on China. Sanctions, leading with sanctions, reviewing trade, being extremely tough on espionage and surveillance. Europe is even questioning its burgeoning relationship with China. The UK has done much more. Australia is in crisis almost every day over China. Canada's behind and we're out of step.
And those countries, and Britain's coming along right now as well, have also stopped doing business with Huawei.
Correct.
Because of security.
They sent a clear message that on 5G, Huawei will not be building the backbone, and we won't be giving all of our data through, a huge pipeline of digital pipeline to Beijing and to the spies that we know use it for nefarious purposes there.
But Canada is still thinking about it.
Canada, our telecom companies are ahead of the government. They know it's not going to happen, but we need to catch up and be principled. It's been a long 40 years on China. Now we need to take another direction.
Chris Alexander, thanks very much. 3 minutes. This pandemic is serving to make governments at all levels bigger. And with bigger governments, you have reduced liberties, which means you really need an independent press, because without an independent press paid for by Justin Trudeau, you aren't going to be hearing about the abuses in government. And that's what this is all about. It's important to know what is going on with our country. And so, I have to pay for the crew and have to pay for the equipment. We want to continue this service. And we're appealing to you to make some donations to help us out. You can pay through the PayPal, which is right below this, and we'll be very grateful in order to keep this going so that we know what is happening to Canada.